All right, bro. So the thing I want to talk about today is how body game will actually help you survive. Because if you listen to a lot of these niggas today, bro, you listen to your parents, they're old as shit. They don't know what's going on nowadays. If you listen to, even like back longer than that, your grandparents, you're really gonna be fucked because they're gonna tell you to do some stupid shit like get a job, and then they'll kick you out. They'll literally just kick you out, and they don't care. So you can't be listening to these idiots, bro. These idiots don't know what they're talking about, bro. If you're younger, what you need to do to guarantee your survival is get on body game early as fuck and get some bitches, bro. Because like around your area. So the reason why it's not because bitches are actually that like bitches don't really do shit. They're not that important, but they are at the same time. It's more about the fact that everyone wants them. So that's what makes them important, okay? Because the way value works is that, what everyone wants and what is scarce is going to be valuable. Like there's a lot of bitches everywhere, but everyone still wants bitches. So it's still important, especially the niggas that have money. The niggas that have money, bro, will spend it on these bitches. And then if you're on body game, you can take that money to go not die. Like that's really the only way to guarantee your survival, bro, because that's just how the world works. If there are no pay for play niggas, there can be no body game niggas. It just wouldn't work. But all of these females, they always have a dad, not like their literal biological father. It can be their biological, like their literal biological father that's, doing things for them. But like like most bitches, they're gonna have a dad type person. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be paying for all this shit, like pay for play niggas, right? They're gonna have that guy, and then they're gonna have another guy who is the one that they actually want to fuck, right? That they have genuine desire for. So if you get on body game, right, and niggas are gonna say, "Oh, you're not on body game. You're skinny. This, that, and the third." Bro, I'm not listening to you niggas. You niggas don't know what you're talking about. First of all, I have been 160. I lean down for calisthenics, but it still doesn't matter. Like I could still get bitches if I want to. I don't need to right now because I'm chilling. I'm actually chilling right now, which is such a blessing because I was not before, bro. I was actually like cooked before, bro. Like not cooked with my body. My body's always been good, but my like situation was ass. My situation was so ass. Like I was like homeless and shit and living in hotels and shit, job corps, all that shit, bro. That shit was ass. But what you need to do if you're in those situations, bro, is get on body game and have at least one skill. If you have at least one skill and you're on body game, like a skill that you can do anywhere with nothing. You need nothing for the skill because if you get homeless and you need money to buy food so you're not gonna fucking die, you need to be able to convince some random ass person to give you money. You need to be able to do that. I don't care what anyone says. You need to be able to do that just a little bit. Because if you have $10, this is why I literally used to do this, so don't say it doesn't work. If you have $10, right, you can buy for your micronutrients like an Ensure or something, which is like $3, right? And then you could buy a milk, which is like $5. That's $10 on the whole day. A gallon of milk and an Ensure, you are not gonna die. Like it's gonna feel like shit, but you're not gonna die, bro. You're not gonna be dead, right? And then if you use that, get on body game, you get in a bitch house, you can drink tap water in America, and you will not die. You will never die doing that shit, bro. It will feel like shit. It will not feel good. I'm telling you, it will be very very fucking annoying. But you will not die doing that shit. And also, if you really 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 broke, they have pantries and they have churches, like I said in the other video. So you will not die if you do that and you're on body game. Because all you need to live is food, clothing, and shelter. That's it, bro. If you have those, you're not gonna die. Everything else, all these people be saying, they just be saying bullshit. They don't know what they're talking about. Your parents tell you, get a job, get a job. Why would I get a job when I can get shelter from a bitch who's getting shit from her dad figure and just, stay with them and not die like that, leveraging sex and shit. Why would I not do that over getting a job? Job shit doesn't make any fucking sense. Even if you have nothing, you can use absolutely nothing. You're gonna get on body game with what I just said because it's enough calories for fucking anything. If you're doing your calisthenics, that doesn't require any money. So all that shit is free. So You're not gonna have no shelter if you have bitches in your area, bro. You're not. You're gonna have some type of shelter, bro. And things like with the food and the clothing, I already explained. You can survive off $10 in America at least. I've never been anywhere else, but in America, I know that milk is like the most milk has been is like $7, and Ensure is like literally $3, bro. You can get a bitch to give you that much money, or a random ass. It doesn't have to be a girl. It could be a guy, but like that's less sustainable because obviously you can't like niggas is not gay out here, like bro, and you don't want to do that shit anyways. That's weird, right? So a bitch is gonna give you, if you're on body game, a bitch is gonna give you food, clothing, shelter. And if your parents are on bullshit, because a lot of parents nowadays, they're on bullshit. Like they literally don't know anything. They're just stupid. So you can make the bitch who's getting whatever from the dad figure. That bitch is your mom now. That's what it is, bro. Like that bitch is your mom now. Because at that point it's like, why would you why would you be sitting here arguing with your parents? You can never give your parents anything. There's nothing you can give value-wise to your parents. Your parents don't care because they're just gonna, regardless of anything you say, they can always pull out that, oh well, I made you, and you live in my house, you live in my house. They can always say that no matter what. I don't care what anyone says, bro. They can always pull that shit out their ass, bro. But if you're with a bitch, bro, you have the power dynamic now because if you're on body game, obviously, and she has genuine desire, you have the power dynamic on lock now because you can just be like, dick. Like, that's it. Like, I mean, that's just what it is, bro. Like, dick. Because all bitches really want is a nigga who could fuck and a nigga with money. But if you're on body game and you're homeless, you don't have money. So it's just dick, right? And then, you know, you're going to be able to use body game in general anyways to get money because there's so many, like I said, the way the ecosystem works, there has to be pay for play niggas. And there's always going to be pay for play niggas because they just don't understand how the world works. So those pay for play niggas are always going to keep the ecosystem going. So you're always going to have what you need if you're on body game. That's just how it is. So you can't listen to your parents. You can't listen to grandparents. You can't listen to anybody. You can't listen to other niggas that haven't done it. And you can't listen to niggas that are like they're needy. Like they actually need something from you specifically. Or that's like, nobody really needs anything from anybody. But if they have it in their brain that they need something specific from you, you can't listen to those people because they're needy and they're outcome dependent. So they're going to be thinking irrationally. They're not going to be thinking concrete. They're not going to be thinking, you know, like a chess player, like a meditative, aware individual. They're just thinking, this is the only question that they're asking in their head. They're like, what can I do to get something out of this motherfucker? Those are the type of people that you meet on the streets who they're just trying to get drugs and shit. Like they'll literally ask you for money. They're not gonna like. I don't get why those niggas be doing that shit. There's no point in asking people for money. This is literally the dumbest shit of all time. Because you're not giving them anything. Why are they gonna give you the money? They might if they're just a really nice person. But it's like, bro, those niggas always just give. Those niggas always just give the money right back to whatever drugstore they just came from. So it's like, bro, like. If you're smart, you're just not gonna give them money. But if there's a person on the street, right? They like if you're on the street, right? You're gonna be able to have paper and pen. You can get paper and pen easily anywhere. People will give you that shit for free because they don't understand value, right? You can use the paper and pen. You can draw something for somebody. You can make a song beat somebody. Somebody will give you money off that shit. You could dance. That's what I used to just dance a lot, bro. And niggas would like help me out a little bit here and a little bit there off of me dancing. So that's what I used to do. But you could use any art, anything that requires nothing that people can look and be like, oh, damn, he could really do that. He really did that with nothing. Anything like that, bro. People will give you small amounts of money. Don't be asking for a lot of money. They'll give you small amounts of money for it. And then you can, like I said, use that little bit of amount of money to go buy what you need, not what you want, exactly what you need and nothing more. Because if you start buying shit that you want, you're gonna be broke as shit like every other homeless person, bro. And you're never gonna not be homeless, okay? That's just what it is. So, in conclusion, do not listen to any of these niggas. Get on Body Game so you can have food, water, shelter from these dad ass niggas giving money to these bitches so that you can fuck the bitches, so that the bitches know that you have value, so they are gonna give you what you need to survive. Okay? And then if you don't have Body Game, you need to find a skill that you can do with nothing, whether that be art, music, dancing, or all three. And you need to leverage that to get small amounts of money out of people so that you will not die. That is how you do not be homeless, bro. That is how you get. And then you leverage those skills and Body Game to grow to the point where you're never gonna have to be homeless anyways. And don't say it don't work, because that's all the niggas on YouTube be doing. They don't be doing shit else, bro. They online coaches. What is that? Online coaches just Body Game, right? Calisthenics niggas, that's just Body Game again. Gymnasts, any athlete, they're all just on Body Game. Like, they're on Body Game by accident because they're an athlete. And then musicians are everywhere, bro. There's so many musicians, but there's only a few that are like actually consistent, actually, making good music and shit. So that's always gonna be useful if you're actually good at it. Dancers, bro, TikTokers be making hella bread. I don't want to hear what nobody say. TikTokers be making more money than niggas that don't try. So, that's always good. So all of these things, they're very concrete, they're always going to be around because it's just how the world works. And it's not like people will say, oh, it's repetitive. You can't be doing that over and over again. Yes, you can, bro, because there's always going to be new humans coming out. Like, bro, that's why, like, there's always going to be kids, like little ass kids, right? They've never played basketball before. So when they see a nigga like me play basketball, they're going to come up to me and be like, oh my God, I want to play with you. Like, kids literally do that shit all the time to me, bro. They're gonna come up to you and be like, "Oh my God, you made the shot one time. Oh my God, how did you do that?" I'm like, "Bro, it's not that hard. You just shoot the ball." They don't know what that is though, so you got to change your mindset and be like, "Oh, okay. Well, I know a thing, but a lot of people just don't know the shit. They don't know how to get it done. So when you have the skill and you're above average at the skill, even though to you it's like, oh, this shit is nothing, to all these little ass kids, to all these old ass people who they can't do it, to all these, lazy people, slothful ass people that can't do it, you're gonna be valuable still. In any era, in any time, it's just always gonna be important. So that's why this is the way that the world works. What I'm explaining to you is the way that the world just works. I am not explaining to you anything new or different. I'm just giving you my experience on it because all of these things have literally happened to me in real life. So I'm giving you my experience on it, but I'm also just telling you what all the other people that win say. All of the people online and all of the people in real life who I know, they agree with me. The only people who don't agree with me is people that I either don't want to be around, I don't want to be where they're at, I don't want to be like them, or people that are they don't have inner peace. So it's like, why are you trying to explain? Like, they don't have inner peace, they don't have inner strength, they don't love themselves. So you can't listen to any of those people. So this is just how the world works. You gotta remember that. This is just how the world works. If you have a problem with anything I'm saying, you can have a problem with it. But if you get homeless, I mean, you're gonna have to do one of the things I'm saying because there's really nothing else. You can't really do anything else. You could go to a homeless shelter, but I mean, I tried that shit. Them niggas gonna rob you. I'm telling you right now, them niggas gonna rob you because like I said, they need shit. And what you're gonna do if 10 niggas jump you? Nothing, right? You're gonna die, right? So yeah, that shit doesn't work. Don't be listening to people that saying do that shit either. They're just gonna jump you. They're gonna rob you. There's gonna be nothing you could do. So you got to get away from those niggas. You need shelter. If you don't have shelter, you have nothing. Nothing. Elements are cooking you, and these niggas that be robbing and shit, they're cooking you too. So yeah.